Hello everyone. As an artist, it was my first experience recently tabling with Asida for the first ever Brampton Summer Artist Market. It was great interacting with fellow artists, viewers, and organizers. A wide variety of creative works ranging from paintings, traditional and digital prints, pottery, jewelry, drawings, postcards, stickers, books, textiles were on display. The concept of an artist market is integral to the basic creative and sharing instinct of human beings. I experienced a sense of generosity as a trait of creative minds in terms of sharing, acknowledging, and dispersing information so fluidly. It was a successful event full of learning possibilities. There was my table with paintings, prints, cyanotypes, where conversations and dialogues were set around those works as guest of honors. But any work of art passes through a lot of stages before transforming from imagination to reality. Each series has a story to tell, though mediums are different and they are approached in various ways. A sequence of events goes behind the making. It includes events lived by us in improvisation, adaptation, innovation towards an incredible journey called life. It's a sequence of attempts balancing emotional and physical changes in creative process. Today we will go through video documents of what went in collection of imprints to create a connection with land. What was offered while cyanotype was used as a medium to hold time, still in images of immediate surroundings. We would go for walks in woods, trails, proximity, and collect flora and fauna, cutting, trimming the green and wildflower grasses and weeds. These would come back home with us, and something that could not be translated and transferred was the fragrance each place held. The shape, structure, and size would intuitively connect to what was about to go in carry bag. Sometimes the alternative space was created by taking all the material to get exposed outside and one by one make botanical arrangements on coated sheets, fresh from the environment, picking up the mysterious aura of the places where the sound of the wind was gushing through us and the chirping of birds would only add melody to experience. These were collaborative times when my 3.5-year-old daughter would turn photographer voluntarily and loved to film the process. These were enriching times where we grew together, where we would sit and gather and sit, where we would listen in silence, make stories and impressions about what if, would you rather, float on clouds or walk on water. The investment of evenings and glories of mornings would go in the enriching process of learning about grasses, sedges, rushes, and about weeds, their character, identification, and names, their family histories, curiosity rushed around insects who nested in these areas. Somehow we couldn't find feathers of birds, even though we could sight beautiful birds in these places. The season passed quickly in front of eyes, it melted in my hands. These were the days when I strongly felt in love with fantasy, as we were craving for a parallel universe and the images would look like fairy tales. In love with fantasy is one such experience, where the garden of hope, where from the garden of hope they picked wild dreams. They picked wild dreams, some were therapeutic weeds, and some were grasses of gratitude. Some were therapeutic weeds, and some were grasses of gratitude. They came across magical, still real moments. They came across magical, still real moments where often everything seemed surreal. They created they created a new comfortable aura, and all the visions were brought together. Memories overlay as hallucinations, and they created a new comfortable aura. Each day added more to experience. Each day added more to experience the love of fantasy. N- Not to miss, there are a lot of metaphors used in this text. It is in context to the experience. Water is integral to the process as it washes off the golden layer of exposed cyanotypes and brings out the magic of blue. It holds the reflection of sky in natural sources. It intensifies the power of cyan blue in cyanotypes. I felt hooked to patterns in natures and life as I sensed their power of inspiring ingenuity. While two elements shared space on my recent cyanotypes, both had significant stories before landing up under the sun together. Pulling loop through another loop and repeating the process to create a length of suitable length. Crochets and life process in nature are series of actions to determine if a living being is alive, as I worked with pressed and fresh flowers. This was for the first time I designed, printed, and handcrafted my business cards, generating QR codes for faster access to the people who want to be friends, pulling up all social networks on paper, creating and reflecting identity of an artist. The process was conflicting but essential as the demand of time. Starting from scratch needs courage in a new country. One sense of investigating the new guided us towards our passion of creating. Fantasy has both real and imaginary elements in its making. It also has a purpose. It distracts us from the immediate and instigates a sense of hope towards realization of larger perspectives. Our biological extensions in this world are our children, and they reflect so much of our childhood memories during parenting periods. This too adds in creating a fantasy world where memories and stories come together. The cycle of life runs faster than thought, and another faster thing is the power of teleporting through imagination. In Love with Fantasy was one such experience.
Daddy, I need to wash my hands. Daddy.
Thank you, and please like, subscribe, and share.